So welcome to another Twitter analysis breakdown video. So this video that I'm about to show y'all is coming off of the cusp of what happened in Nashville, Tennessee, where you had Audry Hale commit the murders. Let's just call it what it is. Commit the murders in which they did. And now you have certain quote unquote trans individuals and activists going around trying to tell them to tool up because it's a quote unquote war on trans individuals. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, here they go. Here they go. Now the video is 3 minutes and 4 seconds long, so you know how I do. I'm gonna play the entire video and then I'm gonna go ahead and go back and break it down and give my analysis on this end. I haven't even played the video yet and already I'm annoyed. Because as you can see right here in the caption, it says Tennessee trans people resist. But it's going to be some things in here that I'm going to go and mention before I actually go into the breakdown itself that stuck out like a sore thumb to me before I even played the video. But let's get into it.
Trans people in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans allies in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans women, if they lock you up for identifying as a woman, fight, resist. You're gonna die anyways. We're going to die anyways. It's time to fucking resist. Fight them. Hurt them. If they put their hands on you, beat them. We are at an attack. It's time to fight back. Do you hear me? Trans people in Tennessee, trans men, trans women, non-binary, fight. If they try to arrest you or have you arrested on a felony for existing, beat them, team up, gang together, get people who agree with you to come and fight. Carry a weapon at all times. And yes, you have to attack the police officer. Allegedly. But it's time. It's time. If they're going to try to jail and police you for existing, you fight them. You fight them. And if they lock you in prison, fuck up the guards. Bust out of prison. Jump in with other trans people. It's time we organize a prison bust in Tennessee, guys. It's time we organize a prison bust. It's time we start fighting. It's time. If they put their hands on you, fight them. Trans people, fight them. We will not let them create a genocide of trans people. I am so tired. I was in a live the other day with 2 trans people who denied this. Out of my way. I disown any trans person who disagrees with this notion. You are not allowed at the fucking table. It's time to fucking fight. Trans genocide's around the corner. Stop debating cis people in your existence. I do not debate. My existence is not a conversation. We fucking fight now, or we die. And we're not gonna die debating cis people. They're gonna have the last word. They're joining your life to call you a man. They're joining your life to call you a woman. They're joining your life to misgender you, to get the right pronouns, to tell you that you're not existent. They're fucking with you and you're an idiot! People in Tennessee.
Okay, I thought it was more to it. It cut off right there and then went right back to the beginning. But listen, that was enough. Okay, that was enough for me right there. Okay, apparently it was more. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it glitched and it just stopped right there in the middle. Listen, maybe the internet was trying to give me a sign and say, stop listening to this crap. But there is actually more to it because it stopped right before it got to the 3-minute mark. So I'm going to continue to let it, unfortunately, play and see what else they rambling about.
Stop! You're going to kill us all! Join together and start organizing a rally for resistance, not for talk. They're fucking with you. You're being gaslit. You think you're going to have a conversation and make progress. We don't have time to make progress. We have time to fight. God, all of you, I'm disappointed. Fight. Stop. I'll tell you something. If a police officer put his hands on me for trying to be who I am, I don't care if I got shot. I'm taking a couple of transphobes with me. And I suggest you do the same. The time for debate is over. It's a waste of time.
Okay, so we're done. We got through that, and y'all, Unfortunately, we got to run it back so I can break it down. But before I actually get into the breakdown, it's two things that I wanted to point out. Number one, why is this person holding a scepter that looks like it was made for a Disney villain? It looks like they made it because it was a whole bunch of tape, a whole bunch of dark tape at the bottom of it. I'm like, are they going to like wave it around? Are they going to slam it into the ground to the point where it cracks and opens up the ground beneath us and we get all sent into another dimension? That was the first thing, one of the first things I noticed. The second one was the obvious. This is a black person right here who is literally trying to rally the quote unquote troops of trans people and their allies to go and do these crazy radical things. Why is it that it's black people loving to throw the cape on for all these things that has nothing to do with them? Would they have done the same for them? Would they have gotten on here and made this crazy ass video as this person just did and did the same for them? My guess is hell no. But this person went on a 3-minute minstrel rant, because that's basically what it sounded like, about what needs to be done. And listen to all the threats they were making. If they get a knock on their door, who's going to feel bad for them? They brought it on themselves. I'm sure it's people who's in Hall T is probably looking at this person like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, why are you, like, what are you saying? And when you look at it, they're trying to make it seem like this Audry Hale is a quote unquote victim. They're the ones that went into a school and shot and murdered 3 kids and 3 staff members. Nowhere in this person's rant did they even mention about the kids or the adults that were murdered at the hands of Audry Hale. All they went in on was a Hall T rant about how they're under attack. How are you under attack? If anything, Hall T was the one that did the attack. And when I say Hall T, I'm talking about specifically Audry Hale. So that makes this person not only sound moronic and ignorant, but it makes them sound goddamn selfish and only thinking of self. And they wonder why the L, the G, and the B wants to get away from the T. But with that being said, let's get into the breakdown.
Trans people in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans allies in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans women, if they lock you up for identifying as a woman, fight.
First off, if they lock them up, it won't be because they identified as a woman. That would just be silly. It would be because they had a reason to do so. Like whatever it is that you're talking about in this video. That would be their reason. Not because of how they choose to identify. See, what they're trying to do is they're trying to move the goalposts and move it away from actual protesting. And I don't even know why they would protest on this person's behalf, because they are a stone cold murderer. As far as they committed a domestic terroristic act. When you think about it, why would you protest that? Like, what are you talking about? But see, they have to make themselves be a victim in order to have someone, I guess, rally behind them. This is making no sense, but let's continue.
Resist. You're gonna die anyways. We're going to die.
And this person is black. You the last person to go on here trying to tell people to resist, when that's exactly what they be trying to get black people on all the time. Stop resisting, even when black people aren't resisting. But listen, like I said, you can tell this person leads with their sexuality or their lifestyle before their race. You can clearly tell that's the case here. And unfortunately, there's plenty more that fall into that same category.
Anyways, it's time to fucking resist. Fight them. Hurt them. If they put their hands on you, beat them.
It's funny, this person is telling all these individuals to go and do that, but I wonder, will they do the same thing? I'm just curious.
We are at an attack. It's time to fight back.
Notice they said we are at an attack and not under attack. That's two different things. I didn't pick that up the first time. I just picked it up now. They said we are at an attack, not under attack. Because the at an attack is what Audry Hale did. Just saying.
Do you hear me? Trans people in Tennessee, trans men, trans women, non-binary, fight! If they try to arrest you or have you arrested on a felony for existing, beat them.
Arrest you under a felony for existing? What the hell is this creep talking about? How did it turn from what happened in Nashville to this? It makes no sense. Can someone tell me down in the comments or in the chat, help me figure this out? because apparently I must be one of the people that's lost here. And that's why I always go back and do these full breakdowns so I can get a better understanding of what these people be talking about.
Team up, gang together, get people who agree with you to come and fight. Carry a weapon at all times.
What are you going down there to fight? You're protesting on the behalf of a murderer. Like, is this not clicking for this person? You're not going down there to fight on the behalf of someone who is innocent. You're going down there to fight on the behalf of a person who killed 6 people and is dead themselves. It's the weirdest thing. I swear it's the weirdest thing.
And yes, you have to attack the police officer.
I hope this person realizes that there are probably federal agencies that have gotten wind of this video. As a matter of fact, this video that was posted on Twitter by this account called Libs of TikTok literally tagged the FBI Twitter account in this video. So if they see this, then all that's going to mean is they can come right to wherever this person is located and arrest them. And I wonder where their allies come to their defense and try to come and quote unquote rescue and save them. I highly doubt it. What an idiot this person is.
Allegedly.
Then they came back with allegedly. No, it's too late. You already said it.
But it's time. It's time. If they're going to try to jail and police you for existing, you fight them. You fight them. And if they lock you in prison, fuck up the guards. Bust out of prison. Jump in with other trans people.
Do they think this is a movie? They said if you lock you up, fight the guards, bust out of prison. Like, what the heck? Okay, let me continue.
It's time we organize a prison bust in Tennessee, guys. It's time we organize a prison bust. It's time we...
And they're killing me with the constantly of the flipping of their wig. Like, the hair is not even in your face. Why do you keep doing that?
Start fighting. It's time. If they put their hands on you, fight them. Trans people, fight them. We will not let them create a genocide of trans people. I am so tired. I was in a live the other day with 2 trans people who denied this. Out of my way. I disown any trans person who disagrees with this notion.
They probably disagree with you because they know you are an idiot. Like, you are literally an army of one. Thank God they had some sense. And I'm sure they're not the only ones that think that. Again, this is why the L, the G, and the B are trying to get away from the T. Because of individuals like this. This person is completely unhinged. I need to know, are they on medication? Or are they out there ski sloping with Hunter Biden?
You are not allowed at the fucking table. It's time to fucking fight. Trans genocide's around the corner. Stop debating cis people on your existence. I do not debate. My existence is not a conversation. We fucking fight now, or we die. And we're not gonna die debating cis people. They're gonna have the last word. They're joining...
I get tired of that word too. They be the main ones that use that word the most. Is that cisgender one? Because they can't bring themselves to say man or woman, or heterosexual man or heterosexual woman, because they feel like it'll be offensive if they just call people what they actually are, because they'll be offended because who they're pretending to be is not who they actually are. Again, we're listening to a very confused, very, how can I put it? A person who needs to be in a padded room, wearing a jacket where they're hugging themselves for at least 23 out of 24 hours of the day.
In your life to call you a man. They're joining your life to call you a woman. They're joining your life to misgender you, to get the right pronouns, to tell you that you're not existent. They're fucking with you and you're an idiot!
Did they take one too many estrogen pills? I just need to know. Did they take one too many estrogen pills today? Or injections, however you do it?
Stop!
Oh, they shook the earth with that one. Stop! They shook the earth. You saw they shook the camera? Remember what I was telling you about that little scepter? I guess it's working.
You're gonna kill us all! Join together and start organizing a rally for resistance.
The only people that were killed were children and adults who, as far as I know, did not identify as Hale T. And the one who did commit the murders did identify as Hale T. I mean, we heard they said they used the he, him pronouns, quote unquote. So when you say kill us all, are you sure about that? Are you really sure? And let's get that off the table right now. What a lot of people in Hale T are not going to tell you is the reason why a lot of them get in the positions that they are in, where they could probably get deleted off of this earth. And a lot of it is because of stuff that they do with the stealthing thing, like going around pretending to be a woman and catfishing people and whatnot. What happened with that basketball player in Virginia a couple years ago when he deleted that Hale T person for catfishing him, and he thought he was going to meet up with a real woman, and they ended up finding him not guilty? That is the part they don't like to talk about, but let them talk long enough, they'll say that that's transphobic. So it's transphobic for someone to want to actually date or be with someone who is an actual biological makeup of what they're looking for. But then when you come in and you do the Decepticon thing, the deception thing, now if that person takes you out, now y'all want to scream it was transphobic. You can't have it both ways. I mean, you want to, but you can't.
Not for talk. They're fucking with you. You're being gaslit. You think you're gonna have a conversation and make progress. We don't have time to make progress. We have time to fight.
I know that they said they don't make time to progress. It's interesting they say that, because the way this person talking, you would think that they did not really move anywhere. But then again, they have. How many protections do they have on the books versus black people? Okay, then.
God! All of you, I'm disappointed!
We could say the same about you, but I mean, it wouldn't be a shock to anyone to say that, no, you're not disappointing, you're a disappointment. I'll put it like that.
Fight! Stop!
We wish you would stop.
I'll tell you something. If a police officer put his hands on me for trying to be who I am, I don't care if I got shot. I'm taking a couple of transphobes with me. And I suggest you do the same.
You want to know what's so crazy? The way that this person's talking right now, if something did happen to them, I'm sure there will be many more people in the world that wouldn't care. Some wouldn't even know. This may not, it would probably wouldn't even make the damn news. And if it did, all they'll do is refer right back to this video. And that'll make people feel not feel bad for them anymore.
It's time to fucking...
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why this thing keeps glitching like that and keeps going back to the beginning.
Hands on me for trying to be who I am. I don't care if I got shot. I'm taking a couple of transphobes with me. And I suggest you do the same. The time for debate is over. It's a waste of time.
No, what was a waste of time was this whole video. And I'm done. I'm not going to play the last couple of minutes because it keeps glitching like that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But yeah, I know that. Listen, I understand wholeheartedly. Some of y'all probably couldn't get to the video. Imagine how I feel. I'm the one that has to do the commentary to actually bring this to y'all. But I just want y'all to get an idea of this completely unhinged person who went off because of what a murderer did. And not because of what the murderer did to other people, but because they actually had the nerve to take the murderer out. Go figure. This person showed no sympathy towards the families of those individuals, those kids, and those adults who lost their lives to Audry Hale in Nashville, Tennessee. All they cared about was that, in their words, that trans are at an attack. Not under, but at. That's all they cared about. That screams selfish behavior to me. If something was to happen to this person, I'm cueing the violins. Like if they popped up on the news and I got wind that something happened to them, I'm cueing the tiny little violin. And I'm like, y'all remember this person I was talking about? That I did that breakdown video on where the thing kept glitching? Yeah, that person. But keep in mind the points that I made at the beginning. Why is this person holding the damn Disney villain scepter? And why is this person who's black holding or carrying the water for a community that wouldn't do the same for them. And they wouldn't even have to do what Audry Hale did. Hopefully they don't. But the way they talking, they better watch out. I'm just saying, this person is unhinged. They might actually try and go and do something. But if they was on the side of, oh, they were killed because they were black, let them tell it was because they were trans. Again, this person is leading with their lifestyle and not with the obvious, which is their race. And that is another reason why a lot of people in the black community do not mesh or cannot work together with people in the academy because of people like that. Granted, everyone in that community is not like that, but it's enough. And too many that get pushed in the forefront are the ones who act just like this person right here.